Hello, my name is Joseph Evans, and this is one of my projects from Year 2 at university. In this project, this was another programming one, we had to design a sort of quiz program. We needed two components basically. We needed a server and a client application, and you could sort of run it over the internet and have multiple people do a quiz in sort of a competition. So it's all command line interface. Let's get into it. So it was designed to teach us a number of things really. Multi-threading, because the server needs to serve multiple clients, so it has multiple threads for each client. Sockets over the internet. So that's sort of internet connection. Object-oriented design patterns and things. So we needed the server loads from XML file. That's where it gets its questions and correct answers from. So you can change that out, get different questions. So we needed to learn file reading, and that's all implemented. Error handling as well, and quite a bit more. So let's get into it. I can run the server. This is all written in Java, so this is just sort of runs the sort of standard run the jar file, and that'll start up a server instance. And so this is set up to connect three clients at the moment. So let's get those open. One. I'm just going to drag this over here. Want 2. And we want 3. So each client gets a username. And the game won't start without it. So let's get Steve, Mary, and Bob. And the game should start. And it does. So now they start answering questions and just using numerical sort of answers. You can type in something that's not a number, and it'll ask you again for a number. You can't send multiple either, like that. You can see the answers coming on the server there. So this only has 3 questions. So let's answer them all. Question number 3. Just enter a different one for each client. And you can technically enter in a 5 there and it'll still accept it. So there's, as you can see, quite a few bugs. And also it doesn't properly close. That was another thing. I sort of ran out of time at the end. I wasn't able to fix that properly. But other than that, it works quite nicely. You can see Steve won. He got 3 out of 3. The other guys only got 1 and 0. So, and you can see it says Steve is the winner. So that's all that they're working. And this taught us a lot. It was more of a sort of designed to teach us about programming concepts, and documenting and doing everything properly. You can close all these down now. And that's that. Here is some of the source code for the project. So, a little bit of a mess. I've just opened it up in Visual Studio Code here, and I've really done it properly. So none of the imports are sort of working properly. It's a bit of a all over the place. But yeah. So there's quite a lot of different classes and things. Let's open up one of these questionnaires. You can see actually defines the players in the XML document, which was one of the requirements. I didn't make this. This was sort of given to us. We had to design around it, and you can see it like on the second one. There's different numbers of questions and different player count. So I coded to accommodate that. Let's go into the server. So a lot of interesting things going on. Uh, so it's a little bit messy, but we do have multiple threads here. Use like a thread pool for each of the clients, uh, client client handlers. It's also got a separate thread for the connection listener, which is sort of listening for people connecting, and of course the main thread. And yeah, it runs on localhost. So what's that? It's got a number of sort of object-oriented design patterns. I sort of specifically went out to sort of implement some of them so I could sort of learn about them. So I got a sort of question factory and a couple other things hidden inside. Like a separate class for questions and things. Also got like an XML reader as well. We had to learn about XML and how to sort of break down tags to get the information out. And it communicates to the clients with a socket, and like I also implemented like different enums for different states, which are sort of common across both the server and the client. The client's quite simple. It's got a couple of different components. It's got a different thread for inputs. Yeah, that sends the answers off and then can display information and things. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It was a fun project. I learned loads about sort of modern object-oriented design and Java.